Hi everybody. My producer told me to wait 20 seconds till everybody will merge us from Israel, from Europe, from LA, from New York. So we are here in New York in a very, very, very powerful, important time, like never created before. In last Tuesday, Wednesday, a few days ago, we end a bridge, a process that people that has the potential to carry the higher self, the new kind of soul. Because the old soul, if they have the potential of the new soul, the old soul will move the hair and the nose. That's it. It's so small and so not connected to the new, to the need. The higher self, the new soul, we complete in the last Tuesday in this full moon. We complete a process. First of all, the energy start to go forward. We complete the energy of the eclipse, and the higher self. It was a very powerful day that I'm going to talk about it today, because we're going to learn about top intention. And the higher self was really fit. If you had the potential, he finished the decision to say, I'm going to try to go forward from this physical body, because this system has the potential to carry me, has the potential to build new, has the potential to learn to think what not with the head, has the potential to allowing fixing the old need of the system, the organs being raisins, צימוקים? Raisins, yeah. Raisins, survivor, and become really big grape, and each system a new sound, a new color, a new pumping, a new ability to think, and a new amount of light that will fit the higher self. So now we are in time that I'm sure you feel it physically, not just inside of us, also we will feel it around the world. Like the weather will be like never before, the revolution, the big revolution in the physical body. We are now in the biggest transformation process that every raisin wanna be a big grape. תפסיק. Every raisin. So it means subconsciously inside of us, in the private subconscious and in the collective subconscious, there is a new need. It means we're going now to a time of a big transformation, and the transformation is begin and end in the way of thinking. But thinking, it's not with the head. It begin and end of our agree to remember and to remind myself that we are a big spirit. It begin and end of our legitimacy to what's that spirit, what's that big spirit. Spirit not waiting that things will come from out, because there is no outside reality. Remember that, very powerful. There is no outside God, there is no outside reality. Spirit become and growing as a big spirit just if she's give legitimacy to the process of the fixing. It's the only and the one way to go forward. It's to take your reality that you, the only one that see it, and transform that to light. Because spirit, it's how she's transformed that her problem, things that she create to fix, sensation, the traumas, everything. How that's a big spirit. Big spirit, it's not waiting that other spirit will bring her light, because there are no spirits like that that can bring or please others or cares about others. No way. To feel a big spirit, we have to learn that to merge to the top intention. What's the top intention? Top intention, it means that in the natural who you are in your screen, because we not affect others and we're not affected by others, we have a screen, and if we project fear, we get double fear. And there is no such a thing that we project love and got fear. There is no such a thing. And a lot of people put awareness, or they think, or they want to put awareness, but it's not really working, because in their top intention, something twisted. They put awareness to get rid of things, and that's the first thing I'm going to teach about top intention. There is no one spirit that want to get rid of what she create. It's the worst. So the first tendency, feel, because we have, since last Tuesday, we have to think new. And to think, it's not with the head. To think, it's not with the head. With your head, you decide not to think with your head. First, to climb to this top intention, to change what you screen, to change what you project. You don't want to get rid of what you create. Even sicknesses, even pain, even realities, even the amount of your money, amount of your health, amount of the soulmates, everything. That's the first thing. Second thing, you contain. Lolo. Second thing, you contain what you create. Because what you create, it's exact, it's accurate. What you create it now because you have the only time and the only chance the Spirit bring it now, because you have a chance to think about the reason different. It means think about the same, the old thought that bothers you, why things bothers you, why you're not free, because you're still missing there the cream of the cake that just your spirit can put, not your mind. It means a new thinking about the old thinking. And how? With your head, to say, okay, from now on or from tomorrow, I will think different? No way. No way. To feel a big spirit, and now we have to, because more you remember and you remind yourself that you are a big spirit, less you suffer from the revolution, the transformation. There is no even words in English, even I don't know the words in English, all of them, but there is no even words in Hebrew, that Hebrew is not the language for this revolution time that we are. Transformation, revolution, changing the watermelon from the seed. This is where we are now, because the higher self, see, I'm checking my higher self inside of me, is whole. It means my system want to try in Hebrew come from the word miracle, to build a new organs, new system, fixing all the old need that every organ is raisins. fixing that. But we cannot plan, and we cannot demand, and we cannot want for the Spirit which part to work now and what to do. No. Trust. Remind yourself that you are a big Spirit. Practice how faster you transform what you see as a problem, what you see as a fixing, what you see what missing in you, what you see what missing in you, to light. And how to do it? Just contain, just nourish the lazim. Just nourish your spirit, nourish your spirit with the ingredients that you create, because the ingredient that you create, you're the only one that create it, you're the only one that see it, you're the only one that be able to transform that, and you're the only one that be able to change it to light. And just by doing it, you add the new thinking, the new thought. This is why in Hebrew to think comes from the word important. You cannot feel important when you compare yourself to others. You cannot feel important when you're jealous. You cannot feel important when you pray or when you wait. That's loneliness for outside forces to recognize you. Anyway, there are no outside forces, and since last Tuesday we're going to realize that in ourselves, not in our head. In every organ we're going to learn that there are no outside forces, and we're not affected by others, and we never suffer because anyone, and we never suffer because other people doesn't love us and all that blah blah and bullshit. We suffer just for one reason, because we create the potential and we think old. And to think new, it's to use the ingredients, to use the mirror. And how to use it? To nourish, to take it from the balcony and put it in the living room. That's the way to use it. To remind yourself that you are a big spirit. And we are a big spirit if we carry the higher self. And the changing and the fountain of youth now, it's unbelievable. It's not just for me. It's all the people that I know around me. How they start to allow in the new. And of course we create the gua sha that exists for 5,000 years to be the vessel, to be the right cover for the right pot, to stimulate our tissue cells under the skin. And for the first time after 26,000 years, not to be wounded in the head, to be able to think and to be a channel, to change the eyes, the ability to see, the concentrate, the read, the analyze, all the hormone and all the glands and all the veins and the cellulite and everything. Of course, but the intention cannot be I'm getting rid of it. The intention, I'm building and learning to allow in the new, and then the gua sha. This is why I feed the gua sha. I choose for you energetically what fits you. This is why it's amazing. I never create something that affects my life like that. My life and all the 500 people around me. Like really allowing the youth right away, because it's opened the lymph, the tissue cells under the skin, all the wounds in the brain, because we create a lot of wounds in the brain because for the first time we are left-handed, and for the first time we have to be left-handed, and to be a channel. All the lifetime, no one really tie our hands, but all the lifetime we couldn't be vessels, so we had to block ourselves. So it's the first time we're allowing to be ourselves, so to create a brain with no wounds for us, to rejuvenate new cells in the brain, to liquid of the brain coming to the spine right away and open all the 26 gates. It never happened before. And it's amazing feeling. And it's amazing allowing the new, and unbelievable. And what it's doing to the skin and to the eyes and of course wrinkles and puffiness and changing everything. But it's not to get rid of. It's to allow in the new, and the new now, it's not like will come from the sky. It's pumping out the new. Pumping out, it's under the skin, it's in the tissue cells under the skin, want to pump out. This is why a simple massage with the gua sha allowing this new to pump out. But again, we have to have this. We have to be connected, and we have to have this potential. It means the higher self decided that, wow, I'm going to go forward through your body, from your body to, but the higher self cannot have the old organs, the old reasons, the old need. No way. This is why everything now a question of the intention. And intention, there is no good or bad. There is no positive and negative. Intention, it's not I want for others. That's not intention. Intention, it's not first I don't want to get rid of what I create. And now with the gua sha, I'm the center of all the centers around me. And I agree to remind myself and to remember that I'm a big spirit, and big spirit, it's legitimacy to embarrassing, legitimacy to the things that missing in me. Because if you if you don't have anything missing in you, tomorrow will bring flower to your funeral. It's okay, because it's the only way to go forward. It's the only way to add cream to the cake that inside, to use that you see now as a problem, that you see now as something missing, that you see now, when you see, just when you have a potential, that's a big spirit. To trust the spirit that when you see what's something missing in you, it means now you have a potential to change the raisins to a grape. Now you have the potential to, but you don't need to know why you created and what it means. No way. If you start with your head, then you will think with your head, and then you will not allow in the new. With your head, you just decided not to think with the head, to trust the spirit and to collect, kind of like to be the center, to own, to contain what you create. Because you're the only one that sees this reality. You're the only one. And you're the only one that can transform that. And more you trust your spirit and you remember, then you allow in all the new, like almost dancing. If not, it's not simple at all. And we will see inside of us and also around the world, probably through the weather. We already saw it this week here in America, in Mexico, in a lot of places, like weather that never was before. A long time ago, I was lecturing and teaching how the weather, that in Hebrew, weather it's 10 dimensions of light, how the weather is connected to the subconscious, and he served the subconscious collective. To feel a big spirit, because anyway we don't care about others. It's when we see other people create problem or suffering, we don't kind of feel sorry for them. Anyway, we don't feel sorry for anyone, but let's say, no, we're going to say or think, oh wow, look at this person, he's creating something now that has a potential to go forward. And we do it for us. We don't do it for the person, because anyway we're not affected others. And especially for us, that we are a healer soul. Healer soul, it's to flow near suffering. That's it. To flow near suffering. So when you create suffering around you, see it for you. For you, see the mirror that, wow, Look at this person. He's creating something, he's creating the opportunity to go forward. That will help us to flow near suffering. Because we have to now. We have to think. Sorry that I'm still thinking and I'm pointing here. I need to do here. That's thinking. We have to learn to think with the trust. Because we are now in a big revolution and transformation. And it's really the biggest transformation ever. Ever, all the system. Of course, each one different system. But our job is to enjoy the process and not to suffer from it. It's to allow in the new and to make it simple. So this is a really big revolution inside of us and around us. We will see it very powerful. Even there is no future, because every minute you project something else. It depends on your awareness. But you want to make the process amazing? Remember and remind yourself that you are a big spirit. And you are a big spirit if you carry the higher self. And you are a big antenna. And you are a healer soul and you have extra chakra. And for the first time, of course with the gua sha, you can be really a channel with no embarrassing, with no wounds in your head and in your physical body. Unbelievable time. Unbelievable time. Questions?
Start with an easy one. So can you just say a little bit more about what top intention is and how to really work with it without your head?
That's what I said till now, but I will mention again.
Okay, I know, I just didn't totally get it.
You cannot totally get it.
Okay.
Me too, I cannot totally get it. I know two things about top intention. Since last Wednesday, our life going to be very clear that what we project, that's what we get double. Very clear. And you believe that you're made of light. Even your physical body, its density, dimension of light in a different density, okay? Okay. Till now, our need was to big fear, to feel in fear. So even for 40 years I'm come with the highest knowledge and everything. People get it because it's inside of them, talks to the penthouse, but still the screen projects fear. It means in their main, what they project, it's darkness, it's fear. It's they put awareness to change things, to get rid of things, to, you know, they said, okay, Michael, we put awareness, but it's not working really. It's working a little. So now, even me, I don't know exactly what's top intention. We're just the beginning of it. But we want to change the main light in our TV, in what we project. Okay? How? It's not we're going to do some show off. For now, there are two things that will merge us to the top intention. That's the beginning. If you really, during the day, remind yourself and remember, first of all, first thing, first tendency, that you don't want to get rid of what you create, even sour face from the sun, amount of money, suffering in the physical, whatever you don't want to get rid of. No, your age, nothing. You don't want to get rid. because what you create, it's exact and the only way and the only ingredients to go forward. So if you want to get rid, it's like that's already lighting up the top intention. First, don't want to get rid of what you create in all the issues. Second, the next thing that pops up the top intention, or the screen I call it, or what you project, because we always think that we project, oh, I did for him so much, I project good and look what I get. To put other people in front of you, it's to project fear. To want for others, it's to project fear. To think that you suffer because others and to want to change things in the mirror, you project fear. To do for others, no, because what you do doesn't count. You know, for me, it's going to be heaven. You know why? Because we've been so wounded in our brain, I'm teaching very powerful knowledge, and people like, get it and lose it, get it and lose it, get it and lose it. For the first time, with the guasha and the need and the new need, they're not going to lose it. This is why people like us used to run from channel to channel, from this to this, from this course to that course, but it's not really something really build on them break after break, you know, brick after brick or whatever. So for me, for the first time, it's good. First of all, because my brain is less wounded, and second, people will really realize. So the second thing for top intention, it's like actually to know who you are, what you're made of, and to recognize the only way to go forward. What's the only way to go forward? Till now we thought for 26,000 years to pray to outside forces. Maybe it didn't work. We become the midget of the midget of the midget, and we cannot be any more midget, not at all. That's why we have to remember and remind ourselves that we are a big spirit. To fix the midget, to fix the survivor, to fix the raisin organs in us. Second, the second thing that till now for the top intention, because it's just beginning 2 days, it's actually to know that the only way to go forward, that you are still missing things and it's okay. That you still need things to fix and it's okay. That it's okay that you shy and embarrass and in the things that not. It's legitimacy to the process, legitimacy to the only way to go forward. The only way to go forward, it's the spirit transform what she sees as a missing, because there is no outside reality, and the eyes doesn't see the light in the eyes what sees. So we see outside what missing in us, and we see it just when we have a potential to create it. So if you focus in these two things, first, you don't want to get rid of things. Second, it's okay that I'm still missing. Me, I'm always, since I'm lecturing since 3 years old, always give myself as an example that it's okay that I'm missing, and it's okay that I'm always. And it's good, because it helps me to allow in the new and to go forward. So that changing, instead wasting all the energy to try to cover what missing in you, and to show off or whatever that you are whole. And so that's the two things that until now, ask me next week, I don't know, the two things that really make the top intention, make what you project different. Add more light to your screen from darkness, and then when you put awareness, you put awareness. It's not just the mind trying to put awareness and the body is resisting.
Michael, I have a basic question.
If it's basic, oh,
Very, very basic. You said before...
you know how we call basic in Hebrew? 10 dimension of secret. Yesod. Yud Sod.
And now also you told Hari that you said that some people put awareness and they say and it's not working because
It works, it's working, but they think if they agree with their mind or if they say it a few times, that's it. It's like they change the screen. This is the top intention, come to delicate the who you really are, what's really awareness, how to accept, not to want to get rid, how to accept that it's okay that you're in the world of fixing. Because if you, like I said, if you don't have anything to fix, tomorrow will bring flowers to your funeral. So it's okay. It's not just because, okay, I don't want to be tomorrow in my funeral. But that's the only way to go forward. There is no other way to go forward. It's, what's that a big spirit? Big spirit practicing the amount and the fast way that she's changing black hole to white spiral. Own it, contain what she's created. That's a big spirit. What's a big spirit? Big spirit, she's waiting for the government will send her. That's to fix the loneliness. That's to allowing to love what you create. It's very, very powerful what I'm talking about. Anyway, since last few days, we cannot think we cannot think with the head, and we cannot think the old way, because it's like very low gasoline to our spaceship. It has to be more top intention. So what's till now top intention? It's two things. First, and two things, it's like the two things. Because if you really, really don't want to get rid of what you create, you really, 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 really in a different awareness. Anything, even weight, kind of money, any situation, any reality that you choose to create, anything, any sickness, any pain. More basic?
Yes. It's not that I don't want to get rid of, but you say that but you also delegate that you don't put awareness in order to get something. You just put awareness in order to put awareness. But why do I put awareness? Because I want to be more spiritual. I want to be more me. I do want to get something. I'm never in a point that I just put awareness because I put awareness because of nothing. There is an inner.
The only thing that you really want is to learn to think like your spirit. And if you think like your spirit, you're allowing. If you think like your spirit, you like I said, when the spirit brings something up, she doesn't say, okay, let's test Michael, let's punish him. No, she said, wow, there is a chance to change something. There is opportunity to go forward. That's how the spirit thinks.
But why do I want to think like my spirit?
Why? Because this is why, because, listen, in Hebrew we call it mutual or mutual, hadadiyut.
Mutual.
Mutual. But mutual in Hebrew, it's very, very, very powerful. It's coming from echo. Echo, it means if you not separate from something, the echo will not come back. Head and head, it's mutual. Why? First of all, you cannot go out from this game to want to go forward. You cannot go out. Whatever you do, whatever your awareness, not awareness, sleepy dimension, everything what you do on awareness or not, or you know or you don't know, you try to go forward. What's that to go forward? You made from light. Look the mutual, how it happens. The spirit inside of me, especially now, brings something. And I, with my head, decide to trust the spirit and to fix, and I nourish the spirit what I see. Okay? I see a problem. I don't want to change it in the mirror. I own it. I contain it. I bring it in. I know it's me. It's my reality. It's my movie. Anyway, it's very familiar, and it's a loop that I know because I created a million times. So for the first time, the system waits if I bring it in or not. Let's say I bring it in. I bring it in. Oh, you're asking question in your text. I bring it in. What happened? I vibrate that. It means my soul become a bigger vessel of more light. When my soul become more light, have more light, and that's the only thing that she wants, this is why she doesn't care about anyone. The physical body get young, get more freedom, because the physical is not really physical, it's different density of light. So look what happened here. My soul went forward and my physical body got young and free or whatever, and less heavy, and because the place learn how to finish the need of being raisins and become grape. That's amazing. So you think that you can want to or decide with your mind, okay, I don't want to go forward, not my spirit, not my physical. No. You will go forward by going backwards. And maybe you will wake up. Because you cannot, either it's this spiral or that spiral. So your job is to learn, like, to think as a spirit, because it's your freedom. If not, if you don't think places that you don't think as a spirit, it bothers you and heavy and not flowing and sick. You understand that? In the rules of plumbing? Wait, did you understand that? So your job is to go forward. It's to because if not, it's bother you. But you cannot say, okay, spirit, bring everything today and let's finish. No, spirit has its own order. She knows exactly. She brings always the bathing suit just when she sees the ocean, and that's how the system works. And if not, it's bother us. And what we need to add cream to the cake, that it will not bother us, to let the spirit, she's the only one that can think about the old thinking, new thinking. We cannot think with our head and say, okay, okay, I understand why my hands was pain, and I understand what it means. Okay, I'm thinking new with my hands. No. No. The spirit knows all the 40 reasons, and the spirit will make my hands neutral and powerful, and then my hand can flow near other people's hands suffering. because I've been there. Because in my screen it says I don't need any wounds in my hands anymore. If I fix.
Michael. But
These teas make you
Michael, my question was, it's not that I don't want to think like my spirit or I don't want to move forward. I do, but the reason I want to move forward and the reason I want to think like my spirit...
The 40 reason. The 40 reason.
Is because of the material. Is because...
Material? There is no material.
But because when do people wake up? When they hurt, when something, in the physical,
because they feel their spirit through the density material, but they feel the spirit. It's the only thing we feel.
But this is what we feel.
This is why in Hebrew we call it the situation of the spirit. Mood in Hebrew, it's matzav haruach. The situation of the spirit, matzav haruach. We don't feel the physically. We feel where is not the spirit flowing. We don't feel the material. No, because there is no material. The minute the spirit will leave the body, in the night you don't feel material. When the spirit leaves the body, you feel the spirit. You don't feel heavy in your leg or whatever. And you want to go forward because that's why you're learning that all the flat tires and all the fixing, it's in the spirit. This is why what's that to fix? It's just to change and to add a little bit freedom, spirit to the old trauma. But our mind cannot do it. How we can forgive ourselves of all the time that we couldn't forgive ourselves? Our mind cannot do it. The spirit can do it. Especially now, the higher self, the 26,000 years of collection of savings, it's inside of us and says, you know what? How I spend my time now? I'm thanking my higher self for believing me. Believe that he can go forward through me. It means, first of all, it means I have the potential to think new, or to be a big spirit. So I'm thanking, and the minute I'm thanking, it's amazing. Another thing that helps the top intention, it's you feel spirit and money here. And don't say, okay, I did it last week. No. Every minute or I don't know when you need to remember it. That the money came it's very important issue, money. But it comes just to serve the spirit. You can buy even Jaguar, you can own, I don't know, no problem. Go to the fancy restaurant, expensive, buy whatever you want. But still, everything is spirit. Money comes to serve the spirit. So important and help the top intention. Because if you fix the issue in the money and you don't want to get rid of things and you really give legitimacy to the only movement that you exist, the only movement that you are alive, that you go to sleep, the spirit sees what she can vibrate, bring it up, then she has the schedule in the day, then you see what missing in you and what you can create it and open it. And that's life. And the big question, if you think with your spirit or you think with your mind. If you think with your mind, or you think about others, or you think you suffer because others, or you think that you love others, or you want others to love you, hoo-hoo, yeah, hoo-ha-ha, ni-ha.
So, I guess it's hard. I'm having trouble.
It's more hard not to fix now.
But I'm having trouble, like.
Don't say, but when you say trouble, it's okay.
Struggling with.
But yes, like, say trouble, but Don't see it as a trouble.
Okay.
See it as that's top
an
intention.
opportunity.
That's top intention. To see it as an opportunity, and the only way, and the only opportunity to change things.
Okay, so I don't know how to phrase it, but I'm trying to say the hurricanes as an opportunity to trust in the accuracy of every soul creates what it needs.
Yeah, that's general.
Generally.
But
It's
but it's, listen, the hurricanes now, it's like I say all the time that the planets doesn't affect us, it's just the letters that we read what's happening inside of us. That's the hurricane now. The hurricane now, it symbolized what I said in the beginning, the hurricane inside of us. The transformation and the revolution and the overwhelms and the water is emotion. And of course, each one creates his own reality, including the people in the hurricane and everything, okay? But they don't create it to punish themselves. And when we see it, we don't create it to feel them or to feel sorry for them. We create it to merge the hurricane inside of us.
But some people lose everything and some people watch it on TV. So that's their needs, and it just happens that everyone who has that need is in southern Texas. Like,
Yeah.
so
Places,
that's
and it's just the beginning. And what about people that create in Mexico?
Yeah.
And what about Israel that used to be bombed or whatever?
I know. So I'm just talking
It's
about like,
there is
the
there is
people who
listen
have
listen.
needs are in one place.
Yeah, listen. Everything is dimensional and energetically, okay? We have the subconscious private, yes? And you project what you have. And you create, and dimension merge to dimension. You cannot walk with a gun and be surprised that someone shoot you. Because everything is energy and dimension and parking flow.
So it's a network.
So everything is energetically, okay? Because that's the only thing that exists. There is no coincidence and there is no luck and there is no such a thing. Oh, in Hebrew we call it niklati. It's a very beautiful word, like by chance. So there is no such a thing. We create everything. Okay? I just told one of my clients today that she said she was feeling so amazing, and then someone came and with a skateboard and really smashed her, and she broke her teeth and face and her arms and everything. And I said, it's like there is no such a thing that you project love and get fear. Or there is no such a thing. Everything has. You know, when I went to the hospital, after 1 month, I said, wow, I'm very curious. What happened the day that I created to went to the hospital and to create a new heart, a new system? And Jupiter passed my purpose and my sun, the sun and my purpose in the same degree, on the degree. This is why I came to the hospital. Remember, I said, everything's so open, everything's so good. What's happening here? Everything's ceramic, everything this, or that. So, and when Jupiter passes in your sun or your purpose, it's like kind of like the biggest luck, something so powerful, something that changes your life, something that really opens your opportunity, something that's what I create. Why I'm giving that as example? I could see it as something bad, but not. It's something that I came to change in my blood vessels. And for 20 years, if I worked with one other race, now I'm working with 3. So it's unbelievable, and I feel a huge difference. But just to give you an example, how it's everything, it's the way you look at it. And to look at it with the Spirit, that's what we need. Because the Spirit brought it up that we will try to see it differently. But differently, it's to look at that with the Spirit, not with our mind, not to understand, not to analyze, not at all. Just to own it, to contain, to know that you see it, it's your reality, you had it 1,000,000 times, and you bring it now because you have a chance, this way in Hebrew, to repeat and to change its one word. That's. So we are now in the biggest revolution that anyway we are there. We cannot choose not to be. Because people like us, that they are the biggest antenna and big soul, that choose not to be, it's like falling from the Alpine, the biggest mountain, to the Dead Sea.
I keep doing that. I fall all the way down, and then I go up, and then I fall all the way down, and I go up.
Okay, so now at least you have the 2 things to light up your top intention. You don't want to get rid of things, and you're really happy that your spirit create the next thing to fix. You cannot wait for the problem tomorrow.
Hannah Gabai wrote something. I'm not sure if it's a question.
Hannah Banana!
Maybe she's trying to see if she understood you correctly. So I'm gonna.
Hannah, even me doesn't understand me correctly.
So this is what she writes. So to be grateful for each and every trigger because it gives me the opportunity
Trigger that I create.
that I create.
No, I'm adding it to her question.
Because it gives me the opportunity
To add more
to
light.
see where I'm withholding love and then give it over to the Spirit. This is the way? She's asking. No. So what is the way?
The way first of all, it's the only way. That's the way, the only way. The only way to go forward is to earn much more, to give you myself this or that. It's to fix. It's to add more light. It's to be freedom. Because it was bother us and now it's not. It's the only time we feel freedom, and the only time we feel forward, and the only time that we become the teacher of the suffering. So it's adding much more than one angle. It's all the angles. It's the opportunity to merge my spirit, allowing my spirit to show light through me, because that's what she wants. She's made of light, and she wants to give light le'a'ir. So that's it. That's what's amazing.
So I know well that we projected fear forever, but you're saying that now we don't have to project fear. The need to project fear.
It will be very hard to project fear, because right away you will feel that you project fear.
Yeah.
Because the higher self is really build itself inside of you. You see? I'm checking you. You have the wholeness of the bag of the higher self.
Right. And
This bag want to have hands, liver, arms,
right.
kidneys,
But-
tuches, legs,
Right.
whatever.
And it's
So
not motivated by fear, but what is the thing on the screen? If it's not fear, you know what I mean? To feed it?
either no, I don't know fear. There is a fear or love, but I call it light or darkness.
Uh-huh.
Light or darkness.
So you attract, in other words, the idea is it's attracting light to itself.
Of course, anyway, you have relationship just with yourself. Anyway, everything is between you and you and you and you.
You said that for all your life, people are afraid to go forward, and now that's different.
Because their head is less wounded.
Ah.
Because they do the gua sha every other day. Yeah, look at my face from the gua sha.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's different.
Totally different. And I get every day. I get. Me, I'm half king, but it's unbelievable. It's the best. It's really for us to be able to be a channel, to allow in the highest chakra, I call it the faucet of the idea, exact above the crown. And with the right part of the brain working, and the skin and the tissue cells under the skin and the centers, and right away people that do it feels the energy around their head. That's the principle in the Judaism, the centers around the body. Of course they twisted,
Right.
because the fear is main thing, but this is why we wear in horizontal and vertical clothes to stimulate the tissue cells. But even amazing clothes doesn't stimulate like deep work with the gua sha. I saw people that in age 60, 70, in after 2-3 times they did gua sha, even veins that they had all their life gone, cellulite. But again, we cannot do it from the intention of get rid of things. Allowing the new. I'm allowing the new. That's the intention.
Yeah, I don't do it with the right intention.
So that's the top intention. Exact. That's the
Oh, this is gonna stop hurting, or
that's the top intention. That's what I'm explaining. Top intention is not for one day, a process, and it's not in one issue. It's everything. It's to learn that we made from light, to trust our spirit, to see that if I'm not allowing, something in me is twisted by the need. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm not allowing youth now, if I'm not allowing soulmates, and also to accept the process. We did it on turn. Okay. Questions? No? No listening Basil? Wow.
No.
So this is it in few words. If you want to have amazing hurricane inside of you, because what's that hurricane? It's a spiral. It's a huge spiral, but spiral. Because everything what
so I
exists.
feel too little for the big spiral.
It's if you want allowing, your hurricane will bring you to an amazing place inside of you, and you will love the first house of you, that it's your own physical body, and allowing the raisins become grapes. Just follow the instruction that I teach, if it talks to you. If it doesn't talk to you, keep praying to God. Give donation that someone will save you from out. And keep praying for other people that's suffering. That's the worst. For if you have a healer soul, it's for you the worst. Why? Because you cannot deal with your own miseries, that what you create, so you want to change it in the mirror. So if it talks to you what I'm saying, and you for the first time in the history of all your history for 26,000 years. You want really to allow in the new and to enjoy what you create. Follow the instruction, do the guasha, and you will start to enjoy your private hurricane. And if not, probably you will create it by your own rhythm and difficulties and whatever we call it. But for the first time, we have an equal chance to build a new, to people that has potentially has the higher self inside of them. Unbelievable time. So don't see it as a disaster. See things as a new order inside of you and outside of you. A new order. Even people that I said, I don't know if I said that in English, soon a lot of people will lose a lot of money, kind of like, because it's going to be balanced for the first time. We call it synchron. איך אומרים synchron?
Synchronize.
Synchronize. We're going to, since last Wednesday, we're going to have synchronize between spirit and material. There is no anymore, okay, I'm big spirit, but I'm poor. I'm big spirit, but I'm suffering. I'm big spirit, but because it will be synchronized. That's it.